The recently announced policy of the federal government to stop the importation of vehicles into the country through the nation's land borders has continued to generate reactions. This time, the Senate has lent its voice to the outcry of Nigerians on the adverse effect of the policy, which has just lasted for a few days. And to ensure adequate representation, Senator Barau Jibrin, through a motion at plenary, condemned the policy. He described it as an unpopular one which portends great danger to the economy and Nigerians alike.
That it is not economically expedient to ban the importation of vehicles through our land borders, given the ramification of such a policy on the economy. Concerned that the decision was ostensibly premised on the allegation that importation of vehicles through the land borders no longer holds prospect for revenue generation because of the large-scale evasion of import duties. Convinced that rather than stop or suspend the importation of vehicles through our land borders,
we know that this new policy is going to render so many small businessmen. I know of so many in Borno State that are crying out and that have approached me that there should be policy reversal in this direction. Mr. President, the other neighboring countries that the importers are patronizing are poorer than Nigeria. Yet, because the policy there favors them,
we from the APC came on a popular ticket, on a popular trend, and anything that will alienate the membership and discourage the uncommon senators from the other side to come in will resist it, sir. This policy has debased the popularity of the party within my constituents in particular and some parts of the Nigerian state. As a former custom officer, sir, that was at the frontier of Seme and Tinkan Island, I know that it will be very difficult for us to enforce this ban.
Other lawmakers in their contributions were of the view that the Nigerian customs should show capacity in managing the country's border and enhance surveillance to stop illegal movement of vehicles by collecting all levies, charges and fees accruable to the government.
We should not only protect the masses of this country, we should be seen to be defending the people we are representing here. So the Nigerian customs should please go back to the drawing board and see within limited resources how they can improve the manning of our borders so that there will be proper payment of tax and other levies.
it is unfortunate that a custom, an institution that has existed for over 6 decades, will now say clearly that they cannot man our borders and collect revenues that are due for our country. This ban does not only strangulate the communities that live within our borders, but it also helps and squeeze the economies of countries of Benin, of Niger, of Chad, of Cameroon, who have always supported and sided with us in so many ways.
What is happening here is a lack of imagination, creativity by those who serve government. So I want to appeal to President Muhammadu Buhari directly. Mr. President, the people that have been appointed to do these jobs are not qualified. I want to ask you, Mr. President, to please relieve them or redeploy them to other parts of government so private sector people can be employed to do what they are supposed to do.
The Senate, however, mandated its Committee on Customs to investigate the circumstances that led to the sudden decision of the federal government on the issues of importation of vehicles. The lawmakers also advised governments to reconsider the ban by approving an entry permit in each of the geopolitical zones that has international land borders in the country. Pius Samuel, PTV News, Abuja.
Commission. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.